Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Layton Brothers Mystery Room. Thanks for tuning in. We ended off last time with a very heated exchange. I mean, they always do. Every end conclusion is a heated exchange, but very heated exchange between, Lucy, Alfendi's other side, and Chico Careta. So, yeah, again, I haven't been able to properly think of how to talk about it, but the pacing and the flow of the cases have been, it's been so weird. It's been throwing me off. I'm enjoying my time. I'm enjoying so much about this game, but yeah, I guess it just feels very atypical, It feels very atypical, the structure of everything. So, it's not like I always catch on immediately, to how everything was done or all of the motives or anything, so I don't know. Maybe I'll become more eloquent by the end. But yeah, so that was an interesting case. Yeah, it was another one where he just kind of pinpointed the person who was guilty and they ended up actually being guilty, but kind of not really though. Kind of not really, because Mariana, who was the mastermind behind all this. And yeah, she did seem suspicious in the beginning. I did name her, so I don't know then, because we didn't bring her in or name her. So what are we gonna do? Let's see. Anyways.
Is the prof okay?
Yeah, he'll be alright. Miss Six looking after him. I reckon he'll wake up before long.
Oh, I ain't that worried.
No sense worrying, Lucy. Nothing we can do. Anyway, don't you want to know what happened with the case?
Oh, I don't know. I should probably be focusing on minding the prof, but do I ever?
I knew you wouldn't be able to resist. Well, there's Careta first off. A bloke's as nutty as a fruitcake, so he ain't been fat lot of help with the investigation.
Okay, so he's been driven mad. He's been driven crazy by all this.
I'll bet.
Getting any new info out of him is about as likely as me getting a promotion.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I hope you'll get that well-deserved promotion one day. You seem like a hard worker.
So I left that Etista bird. Well, the local law tried to find her to bring her in for questioning.
But she disappeared? She ran away?
But she was long gone. Taking all the belongings and knocked it.
Damn, girl. Crafty.
I wouldn't mind betting she were planning that from the start.
It may be, but that ain't all, Turns out Etista weren't a real name at all. No one knows nothing about her. She's a total enigma.
Oh my gosh. So Mariana Etista. Okay. So it was a fake name because she was like, ooh, it's a nod to my role as the person who controls the puppet. It is so on the nose and amazing.
Give over, really?
Oh yeah, she only turned up in the village there about half a year ago.
And there with me thinking that she and Careta must have been childhood sweethearts. Hang on. So, are you saying Careta's only been learning English for 6 months?
Suppose it must have been, yeah. That's some kind of black magic in itself, eh?
Yeah, that he was amazing at it, so that's amazing.
What's become of a stone idol?
They ain't found it, have they? Etista must have made off with it.
I don't know. This case is buttoned up, but none's fixed.
Exactly. I feel so empty right now. Oh my god, go away. Sorry about that. I need to turn off my notifications later. Oh no.
That's just how it goes sometimes, love. Anyway, best be getting back to work, I suppose.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, it feels so open-ended and so empty. Sure, it's been wrapped up, but
I wonder how the prof's getting on. Still, I don't suppose he'd thank me for disturbing him just to ask how he is.
Oh, welcome back.
Oh yeah, just one more thing.
Huh? By heck, Dusty, you frightened the life out of me!
My bruv's in the clear now.
Oh, that's good!
Yeah, he said to say thanks and that. Will you pass it on to Al?
Hi, of course I will. I'll go and tell him right now.
Are we gonna see something spooky in the neighborhood? Who are we gonna call? Ghostbusters! Okay, all right, we finished up case 4. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're making decent progress. I'm so curious how the later ones are gonna go. Don't tell me, obviously, but I'm so curious to find out. Let's go, let's dive in. Great. Who do I see today? Oh, what the? What is this I love it. I love it. We've got a very special guest in the studio today, people. It's a drop-dead gorgeous Miss Dolly Holiday!
Thanks, Dwight, darling. It's really terrific to be here on the show. Here I got you,
She's also got that kind of accent. Okay.
it's really terrific to be on the show. Here, I got you something.
I'll adjust over time.
They're ever so tasty.
Wow, thanks, Dolly! Okay, so it's gotta be doing with this Dolly person.
I didn't think this sort of radio were your cup of tea, Prof. You don't like this, do you?
You're not a fan of radio, Lucy.
Well, I've got nothing against a catchy tune and some banter, but this rubbish? No, not for me. It's something about the way the presenter talks. I don't know what it is, he's just smarmy. I tell you, whenever he has a loss on the show as a guest, he talks totally differently.
Ah, smarmy. Smarmy, I agree with you. Sounds rather like you're a regular listener. Oh! Is there a fax machine going off? It sounds like a fax. Oh, that sounds like a fax coming in already. So our first request this morning is from Miss Angela Death. Amazing. Amazing name. I'll be the death of you? Whoa, sounds like someone wants to turn DJ Dwight Dread into DJ Dwight Dead.
Don't you go dying on me, Dwight. I'd never live it down.
Well, if I am about to sign off for the last time ever, allow me to try one of your mouth-watering offerings first. What? Why, okay. That hit the spot!
Oh no, bang, crash, wallop! Oh, what's going on?
Dwight, are you alright? Let's go into an ad break. Come on, quickly! Do. Radio swoon! The Grand Ferret sale is now on. No store has more for less, so get down to Daysbridge today.
Huh? What's happening, Prof?
Well, if it's some sort of practical joke, it's certainly very convincing. Oh my god! That was so fast! The case is already arriving on our front doorstep right now? Oh my gosh, hello! Voice for you. I don't know, I'm adjusting it over time, it's okay. We've got a new case, boys and girls! A number just went down on the airwaves!
What's up, Sniffer?
Didn't you have your lugs to the wireless just now? That's where the action is! Are you talking about the radio presenter who sounded like he collapsed just now? What else? I'd say the stiff's cold already.
So it weren't just part of the show then?
Not in my book. It's a rub-out job, My gumshoe radar was beeping like a car alarm the second it went down. So you're, okay, gumshoe, you're very detective-y. We're all detectives, fellow detectives.
Whatever you say, Sniffer.
Hello? Yes? Hey, I'm telling you, they'll be on the blower asking you to do the snoop any second now. You may well be right. If it turns out I'm on the mark, you guys will wrap it with bows on for us, right? We'll do our best, barring the whole incident being a practical joke, of course.
You won't believe this! We've been flooded with We've been that flooded with calls from anxious listeners of that show. Maybe there's someone in it after all.
Time for action, snoopers! I'm gonna make like a slug and shoot over there to see what the score is. Excellent. You slug on over there, Sniffer. I'll get my report back to the clubhouse ASAP. Then it'll be up for you two to bring in the hoods.
I can't believe it were really a murder, can you, Prof?
We don't know anything for sure yet, Lucy, but the signs are compelling. Sniffer's rarely wrong.
He's a revelation, all right, that one.
Indeed, though he has a tendency to get ahead of himself. Great, okay.
I never thought I'd witness something. No, let me rephrase. I'd hear something like that with my own ears. It happened in a radio studio.
Wow!
They were broadcast into the whole country when the DJ had a funny turn.
Oh, hello, that must be Dolly.
There were five suspects. One of whom we hadn't identified.
Ooh, spooky!
But despite the lack of information, we began investigating. All we knew for certain was what we saw with... No, I've done it again. What we heard with our own ears.
Huh. Okay. So we have to piece together what exactly happened because we only heard it. Well, there are witnesses at the scene, though, that we can talk to try and clear things up, but they might be lying to us. Sniffer sent his report over. The radio presenter is indeed dead.
By heck! So we were all for real then! I'm surprised it took him so long to confirm it.
The broadcast was at rush hour, unfortunately. The police had some difficulties getting to the scene. Investigations are ongoing, but I'll tell you what we know thus far.
I'm all ears, Prof, as ever.
The incident took place inside the recording studio of a national radio station. Dwight Dredd. Okay. Dwight Dredd, he's right dead. DJ who's died while on air, a popular radio host with a deep, rich voice and a lively personality, who was equally well liked among his colleagues, but his spending habit often landed him in trouble. Ooh, somebody's trying to get their money back. That's what this is. Case closed. Motive? Case closed. So the presenter goes by the name of Dwight Dredd. 2 people were in the studio from the outset, the show's producer and the sound man. Oh, okay. So, all right. I like the giant moon-shaped cowlick. I'm sure we'll figure out why he has that sort of design soon enough. Just before going on air, a tea lady from the radio station cafeteria came into the studio with some drinks. Okay, so this is an unidentified person.
But she didn't linger, eh? She left after she dropped off the drinks.
After that, Dredd, the presenter, came into the studio along with a young singer and her manager.
So now we're talking about when they actually went on air, then?
As soon as the show started, the guest singer gave the presenter a gift of confectionery. Okay, so they're not sure if it was like the cookies or the tea or maybe a combination of the two. Like it can only happen once the liquid combines with it or something like that.
Oh, I'm more than a bit curious about what was in that gift.
But before Dredd had a chance to sample the offering, something came in on the studio fax machine. It was a handwritten note that read, "I'll be the death of you." Okay.
Sends shivers down your spine, doesn't it?
Believing the fax to be some sort of joke, Dredd continued with the show.
Why, well, you would, wouldn't you?
However, no sooner had Dredd put one of his guests' treats into his mouth than he started to have difficulty breathing and collapsed on the floor. So maybe when he looked away for a moment towards the fax machine, something could have been slipped in the drink. I don't know. Understandably worried, the director called for a transmission break. He then sent the sound man to call for the emergency services. About 20 minutes later, police and an ambulance crew arrived at the scene almost simultaneously. However, Dredd was already dead.
20 minutes? Well, it's on account of the rush hour traffic you mentioned, hey?
Yes. The radio station is very central. In rush hour, that's about how long you would expect it to take.
That's too long, that is. Poor bloke.
And that, really, is all we know about the course of events at this point in time. So, let's think about our suspects.
Aye, who have we got?
There are 5 of them. First, the young guest on the show, singer Dolly Holiday. Okay, making an appearance on Dredd's show to promote her latest album, her fine figure and suggestive dancing distract from her appalling singing voice. Oh no! Oh no! A sultry singer and guest on the show. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. That is the sickest burn if I've ever heard one. It was her gift that Dredd put into his mouth just moments before he began to struggle to breathe.
Oh, that's more than a little fish if you ask me. My money's on that loss.
Second is Holiday's manager, Melody Smith. A talent agent had a history with Dredd. Ooh, what kind of history? Money history? Holiday's manager, present since her client with whom she was at constant loggerheads. Look at all these terms popping up that I don't know. Was a guest on the show, an old acquaintance of Dredd's. Okay, just an old acquaintance, we don't know in what way. Might be a loan shark, might be something else, and looks like she's not on good terms with Holly. What's her name? Dolly Holiday. Supposed to be a Dolly. I'm trying to flip the letters, but my brain is not doing it. Holly Dollar Day? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's a very starred-like name. Apparently, she was an old friend of the deceased.
Oh, just a coincidence, don't you think?
Third, the director of the show, Mike Debonair. Mike's on the air. Longtime partner of Dredd's and creator and director of his show. An affable man, but known to have quarreled with the victim over money matters. Money! All this money's being thrown around. All right, his hair is ridiculous. There's just that. Is that filled in? Okay, it's gray. From far away, I don't know if you can see it. You might not be able to see what I'm seeing, but like The gray parts looked like empty space, so I thought he just had a big, like, moon cowlick with nothing in between. It was just a huge empty space. He had a weirdly shaped head. Weird, tiny shaped head. Anyways, there's nothing obviously suspicious about his involvement, though his relationship with Dredd was stormy.
Which would give him a good motive, eh?
Fourth, the sound man, a Mr. Randleman. Randleman. Randleman, I don't know. Radio show soundman, a former musician turned sound technician, a handsome man with striking features who enjoys cross-dressing and high heels, like to flirt with the victim. Okay, interesting. He was the one who went to call the ambulance, which does put him under a certain amount of suspicion.
Oh, it really is hard to believe the emergency services could have taken that long to get there.
And finally, there's the tea lady from the cafeteria who brought the drinks. Okay, a part-time employee at the radio station cafeteria who hasn't been seen since taking an order of drinks into the studio where the incident occurred. Radio station tea lady now missing. She appears to be missing. No one has seen or heard of her since she delivered the drinks to the studio.
You what, Prof? Well, that's it then, surely. She's the killer and she's done a runner.
Certainly not an unlikely hypothesis. However, we don't know enough about her yet. We need to see what our inquiries turn up on her first.
I don't know. It's too fishy for my liking.
So, those are the suspects. We certainly don't have much to go on at this stage. But what's your hunch? Who do you think did it? Definitely don't know yet. Gotta look at the crime scene.
I see you're gonna make me have a stab at it even though you admit we don't have enough info yet.
Of course. Aren't I always telling you how important it is to pay attention to your intuition? So let's hear it. Then we'll get down to the real detective work. Definitely investigate the crime scene first. Okay, let's examine the scene of the crime then. Okay, there's a lot going on. There's so many different, especially if you have, like, also a big studio production. Oh my gosh, there could be so many more suspects. There could be so many more. I'll give you 5 minutes. Would that do?
Hi, no probs.
Let's take a look around. Hello. Fax machine. How long ago was this, man? How long ago was this? A rather antiquated fax machine that can be heard operating during radio broadcasts from the studio. And the window. A soundproof window that looks straight out onto the neighboring building. Only a grimy gray wall is visible. On the day in question, the window was locked. Don't know if that's going to come into play, but we'll see. Microphone! The microphone used to capture the sounds inside the studio. It's mounted on a flexible arm and is easy to move close to whoever's talking at the time. That seems significant. The tea that Holiday was drinking, it's heavily sweetened with sugar. No traces of any kind of poison have been found in it. I'm watching all of you very, very closely. The microphone used to capture the sounds inside the studio. It's mounted on a flexible arm. I just clicked on that and I'm rereading the exact same thing. Sexy lady calendar. This year's calendar adorned with pictures of beaming bikini-clad women. It's pristine with not a memo or other mark on it. That seems like something. A fancy pop art style chair in yellow. This is where Holiday was sitting. Okay, so she was sitting over here. Let's take a look at the overall. And I guess he was sitting in the chair right next to, okay. Topple chair. Okay, so oh yeah, okay, he was in the one that fell over. The chair that Dredd was sitting in during his last show. It toppled as Dredd fell off of it. Spilt tea. The contents of Dredd's cup of tea, spilt on the studio floor, found to contain traces of the same neurotoxin that was identified in Dredd's blood. Okay, so there is some kind of poison. There is some kind of poison. The teacup Dredd was meant to be drinking from, broken into pieces upon impact with the floor. Only Dredd's fingerprints were lifted from the porcelain. Very suspicious. Very suspicious. Director's mic. Oh, yes, good. A microphone for use by the director when he wants to tell the DJ something. It doesn't appear to have had much use. You do whatever the heck you want, I guess. We're letting you run loose. Letting you run loose. A very thick and heavy-looking door. It has extremely good sound insulating properties. So if something happened in there, I guess you couldn't hear properly unless it was patched through electronically. There could have been some kind of malfunction, I guess. A small window making it possible, rather, to see what's happening in the recording studio. It's a single pane of glass that cannot be opened or closed. Great. A machine for controlling audio levels and playing tracks, in an excellent state of repair. Nice. A chair covered in durable leather. It oozes quality in a way that jars with the surrounding decor. Sofa. A sofa used by staff and guests waiting for their turn to be on air. It appears to have been here a while, though doesn't look too comfortable. The last time I've been in these kinds of environments was when I was at Bang Zoom for classes and interning, and also other studios like Mark Grau. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice environment to be in, and I hope to be in it more. I hope to be in it, immersed in it more. I feel like that is all of the evidence. I feel like that's all the evidence. Okay, which takes us to the end of the episode. Let's go ahead and stop the timer. Doing our usual progress, you know. First we take a look at the crime scene, then we take a look at the statements from each person, and try and form a gut conclusion. It'll be right sometimes, and sometimes it won't, and sometimes it'll be the right person, but definitely for the wrong reasoning. Anyways, let's be along for the ride next time. This is Axis, over and out.